Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Here we are with week 3 of Apex Legends, kicking off right now. We're on World's Edge today, the best map, if you ask me. I think it's the first map that came out for Apex Legends. Lots of exciting action coming in just a little bit. Before we can hop into the action now, we have to take our good luck, have fun pledge, the GLHF. I saw some of you already said GLHF in the chat. Love it. Thank you for being part of the community and joining our code of contact. But let's say it again in the chat for anyone who hasn't yet. GLHF, please. Good luck, have fun as a promise to set a positive example of my behavior, show integrity by honoring the rules, be a good sport whether I win or lose, recognize that my words have real impact, speak up against discrimination, harassment, and abuse, stop, listen, and reassess if I'm told that my words or actions are harmful, and respect others even if their sincere opinions are different from my own. And with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the Apex Legends action. Here we are on World's Edge with so many teams, and I'm joined today by my good friend and fellow co-caster, Mesby. Mesby, go ahead and say some words to the people. And already we've got a team fight going on between the Cincinnati Lions Black and the Augusta Gnome Blades. Cadence getting their shields knocked down. They're down to low health. So Cincinnati Lions, even though they're on the low ground position, looks like they've got a pretty good advantage already. Ramadan over here just keeps nailing them with this G7 scout. I mean, yeah, when you get pushed like that, when you get your shields cracked and you know that you're basically being pinned down by someone with a better aim, better shot, whatever it may be, and you're in a threatened position, it's a good idea to go ahead and retreat back. We can see here that the Cincinnati Lions are making their way through, and they're not super keen to push in right away. Looks like they're more interested in looting up first, and I think that's wise as well. Oh my goodness, a level 4 helmet already. And we're already starting to see a difference equipment play out where the Cincinnati Lions have 2 blue shields. They've got some grenades ready to go, but the Gnome Blades have been so kind of stuck on just fighting it out right now that they're still on basically default equipment right now. They've got the gray shields, and then they've got the EV8 and Rampage, and they've got kind of a lot of stock weapons here. Not to say they can't make it work. If you can outplay the opponent, outthink the opponent, you can always make the situation work for you no matter what the equipment disadvantage is. Just to say that right now, Cincinnati Lions are at a decent advantage. And that's going to be it. Cincinnati Lions take out their first squad with 17 squads down to 16 now. Augusta Gnome Blades out. Well done to the Cincinnati Lions. We can see actually in the kill feed, I think there might be other teams that are fighting it out too. Irvine Dragons got taken out as well while we were spectating this fight. So rest in peace to the Irvine Dragons. You guys had a decent run here, but hopefully we'll see you guys in round 2 kicking it back stronger than ever. Let's take a look at the map here and see what else we have unfolding. Oh my goodness, what a cluster of teams right here. We've got the Augusta Gnome Ants, and they're about to go straight towards, is this still Madison Ackworth? Madworth? Yeah, the Madworth. Are they going by Marvels or some of the Ackworth? I think Ackworth likes to go by Ghost or Dragons usually. So we got the Madison Ackworth 2-location team up here with the Gnome Ants and the Madworth right here. But we've got so many other teams here as well. We can see them kind of taking pot shots to the south, to the very south in the blue. We've got the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies, and then over here we've got the Troy Evo Eagles. Looks like they're not interested in joining the fight. They want to leave the fight, and Augusta Gnome Ants are here, and they want to push in on the Madworth team right now. Most definitely. But Madworth, they're no stranger to playing aggressive. They like racking up the kills, getting as many points as they can, and going big. And here we see Kaon, amazing aim, just drilling into that Bloodhound. No doubt, maybe just one shot away from death. Oh my God. The desktop output has been muted. There we go. Now the wonderful stream can hear both the game and you. There we go. All right, so there we go. So Mesby, if you want to introduce yourself again.
Yeah, what is up? My name is Mesby. I am a shoutcasting student out of Full Sail University, and I generally would say I was excited to get into the gameplay, but as we've seen, there's already quite a bit of action having gone on here in the first few minutes. Names popping up left and right in that kill feed. Lots of exciting action already to go, and still so much to come. Julian, why don't you give me a recap on what exactly we have seen going on here so far in the first few minutes.
Well, in the first few minutes, we saw the Cincinnati Lions take out the Augusta Gnome Ants, I believe. And right now, we see the Madworth team get it was a disaster for them as they tried to push onto the Troy Eagles, but the Troy Eagles had a wonderful ambush set up. They had these ramparts set up in the corners, and they had the minigun out, and they just knocked 2 members of Madworth down instantly. And now Madworth, they've still got Kaon completely downed and out. And they're trying to figure out how they're going to push into the Troy Eagles right now. But they just have such a strong defense here. Although a powerful ambush can also be a deadly cage. So they got to be careful here.
Absolutely. The tighter you put the walls around yourself, the more you isolate yourself. You may be in a bit of a power position in your eyes, but it really locks off the ability to rotate out and avoid the push from other teams. So if you don't have quite the power position that you thought that you did, you may actually building a perfect trap for yourself.
So it seems like Madworth understood, like, hey, that's not a really great fight for us. We're down a player. Let's focus on getting our teammate Kaon back up. And so they go to the respawn beacon and get their teammate Kaon back into the fight. But now we can see that the Wellington Mustangs, as soon as, respawning a player is a very loud action that is going to alert all the nearby teams. So we have the Cupertino Grizzlies coming into the north, and they're going to be intercepted by the Wellington Mustangs here right in the middle. To the east, we have this is Grimblade, Solio, XPL, and Rai kind of just keeping an eye on the situation, maybe seeing if they can get some opportunities. And Madworth is just getting out of there. They're saying this situation is too complicated. We don't have enough information. We're getting out.
Particularly now as the zone is closing in and a lot of these engagements are still sitting on that outer barrier. A lot of these players choosing to disengage from those early skirmishes on the very edge of the ring and instead choosing to move forward a little bit. Now we see Lunaby taking some pot shots down here from the low ground position.
And we can see even more teams sneaking up. It's the Troy Evo Eagles 2, and they're sneaking up behind the Wellington team. And speaking of sneaking up, we got the Cincinnati Lions Orange as they are sliding down from here. Sunny B playing as a solo. They lost their teammate Sly Fox, and so they're basically playing a survival horror game where they're just trying to stay alive for their team as long as possible. Here we go. Cupertino Grizzlies getting pushed on by the Wellington Mustangs here, and they're both trading out damage. Cupertino Grizzlies already down a player, so it's up to Jai is so cool and Minky here to do their very best. They're going to try and set an ambush on the inside of the building.
An ambush it is. Look at all that damage rolling through.
But it looks like they ended up trading it out, and the trade was not in their favor because they were already down 1 player, and then at that point, Minky was left all alone to get 2v1'd by the remaining Wellington Mustangs. Well done to the Wellington Mustangs, taking them out. We can see here the Troy Eagles are thinking about pushing on them, and they may have to move soon because that storm ring is closing in and is not going to give them a choice pretty soon. Let's go ahead and jump down over here to the south where we've got the Omaha Infinity. Oh my god, a little bit of a typo there. We've got the Omaha Infinity, and they are trying to push in on, I believe this is the Gnome Darts? No, this is the Gnome Ants. Here we go. They push in successfully. They can get the knockdown onto Scribbles. Arkham now holding down the line here as the Omaha Infinity breach into their building. They trade out. Now it's all up to Selfish Puppy to clean it up. 2v1 for them. But unluckily, they get third-partied. Oh no, they got third-partied, but they got no mowers. So the Omaha Infinity successfully 2v3'd the Gnome Ants, but unfortunately for Selfish Puppy, right behind them were the Augusta Gnome Mowers ready to third-party and clean up the fight. They're only going to get 1 kill for it, but still, they're alive and everyone else is dead.
Mowers is right, rolling in, cutting down the grass. That's generally how my experience in Battle Royale games go. You think you've got somebody pinned, you think you've got the upper hand, and just at the last possible moment, another team rolls in, scoops you up, scoops up the team that you were in a fight with, and takes all the goodies for themselves.
Speaking of taking all the goodies, Madworth now pushing into the Hanover Horde. But the Hanover Horde were ready. They've taken down Kaon, who traditionally has kind of been the ace for the Madworth team, the kind of a menace with the gun. But Hanover Horde already up 2v3 for the rest of this fight. Let's see how the Madworth team is going to handle this. Zool getting their shields back. Swifty, they're retreating. They're getting out of there. They don't want to stay in there. Oh my goodness, the Kraber
shot right there.
Knocks down that Pathfinder, instantly takes him out. That was a 200 damage shot. There was nothing they could do there. Just brutal.
Let's take a look at the overall picture here. How's everything shaping up in your eyes?
Well, right now we have the Troy Eagles, Omaha Infinity, Gnome Ants, Cupertino Grizzly, Triangle Shogun, Gnome Blitz, and the Irvine Dragons taken out. But Wellington Mustangs putting up some big numbers with 7 eliminations, and the Cincinnati Lions showing up again this weekend. They've been having a great performance so far this season. Racking up 3 eliminations so far, and the Gnome Darts, who had a 23 kill game last week, also on their way to showing up with a good score this week with 3 eliminations so far in the mid game. But Swifty doing a great job holding things down with his Kraber, doing so much work for them. But the No Mowers, they've got a lot of resources, and it's only a matter of time before they can push in on the currently weakened Madworth team.
Like a rat trapped in the cage, there is nowhere to go. Running around in between the pillars, there are players left and right. Damage getting tossed out around the board, and he is eventually going to get taken down.
It was a good effort from the Madworth team, but they will be taken out here. And now we're expecting the Bearded Dragons. Are they close to that team fight? Is that why we're watching them right now? Let's see here. Indeed, it looks like they are. Let's see, where are the Bearded Dragons? If I had to figure them out. So on the mini-map, they are right about down here, I believe. But up here to the top of the map, the north, we've got Team 11 here and the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies. Looks like the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies are just doing their best to hide. They have been spotted out, but they don't want to take a team fight right now. I think they just want to try and survive to that end game. Meanwhile, Team 11 here trying to figure out, do they want to hunt down this team, or do they want to go and try and get good position for the next couple zones here? Either way,
well, they already have a little bit of a high ground pressure going here as the circle is now starting to move in, and we get to that probably second to last big team fighting zone. So if I was them, I don't know that I would reposition in this case.
Hanover Horde here, so 2 very strong teams fighting it out here. They're fighting up against the Wellington Mustangs, who are currently the kill leaders in the lobby. The Hanover Horde are not to be underestimated. We've seen them fight with the best of the best, and right now they're holding. They are trying to fight their way through this bridge into zone, and it seems like Wellington Mustangs are playing the defense and saying, "Hey, we know that you guys have to push in and move because that storm's moving in either way, and so you have no choice here."
Now only 20 players left standing now, sum total, as the ring finally finishes its movement. Everybody locked down into this next very close, tight area.
And it looks like the Troy Eagles that we saw hiding in the corner on the north side of the map, looks like they just got taken out over there by Team 11, who were holding that high ground position. Looks like they finally made their move. They had to. The storm was closing on them. But it looks like when they pushed into the other team, they ended up losing out there. And here we see Lumi actually getting ambushed by the No Mowers. They weren't expecting the No Mowers to come from the other side of the bridge, and now the Wellington Mustangs have been eliminated.
Once again, mowing the grass just like earlier.
Or is what I should say, but Sprite Cranberry Drinker is still alive for the moment. Playing as a solo, they're going to do their best to get out of here and stay alive for their team. Let's see what other team fights are unfolding over here. Here we have the Gnome Darts, another very strong team, fighting it out right now with the Bearded Dragons. Bearded Dragons pushed up against a corner, and they've got a lot of cover, but not a lot of places they can run to. And now, Gnome Darts pushing hard. And the Bearded Dragons' HP is falling fast.
Oh, just like that, total players dropped down by 6. Action happening all across the board. Only 11 players and 5 squads left.
And the action doesn't stop there, because the No Mowers are currently duking it out with the remains of the Hanover Horde. We've got Spoon down to just a sliver of HP. Breathe on them and they're down. things not looking good for the Hanover Horde. Slug Life is going to do their best to keep the dream alive, but can they do a 1v3? I don't really think so. Here they go. They're going to do their best anyways, though, as they run in, going for the hero play. They managed to catch one of the gnome mowers by surprise, chasing them down right now. But now, can they hold this position against 3 players?
This is not where you want to be. Players dropping in left and right. Slug Life gonna get taken down, and these players are absolutely pinned here by the high ground positioning.
It looks like the gnome mowers want to get out of this low ground, out of this little valley area, so they're going to redeploy with the weather balloon and probably drop straight onto another team. Are they going north? Are they going east? Looks like they're hot dropping right onto the gnome darts. Gnome darts better be ready, because here come the gnome mowers. But gnome darts have a great position right on top of them. They're able to hold them down here, and they've got that Kraber. Ooh, 140 shot damage. Man, Welsh has been... The Kraber has been so strong. It's always been the most damaging weapon in the game, but we're seeing it more and more as players get better and better with their aim. And now, Saberific caught between 2 teams here. There's no way they're surviving here. And now we've got
2 squads left.
2 squads left. Team 11 at a slight disadvantage because they are on this kind of low ground position, and Mr. Tiger Fox here has the intel for their team. They've been spotted out completely. Ultimate's coming through. Sheila, the minigun, getting powered up. Gonna shred through the smoke. Finds the lifeline, trying to heal up. There is no hiding, as they will be taken down. Well done to the Augusta Gnome Darts. They are our champions here in round 1. And a little bit of a victory.
Celebratory minigun fire.
There. Well done to Dr. Igneous, Welsh, and Mr. Tiger Fox. They have been showing up big this season. They definitely had a training arc somewhere in between these 2 seasons, because they have powered up big time. Well done. Well deserved to the Augusta Gnome Darts. We'll take a look at the match summary in just a second. All right, here we go. Back at the lobby screen. Let's take a look at the match summary. So, Gnome Darts, yet again, pulling off a big one this week with a first place finish. Gnome Darts with 14 eliminations. Team 11, whoever you are, congratulations on second place with 3 eliminations. Gnome Mowers in third place with 8 eliminations. Hanover Horde in fourth with 1 elimination. Wellington Mustangs in 5th with 9 kills. Bearded Dragons in 6th with 2 eliminations. Rocky Mountain Grizzlies in 7th. Cincinnati Lions Black in 8th with 3 eliminations. Cincinnati Lions Orange in 9th. Madworth in 10th with 1 kill. Troy Eagles in 11th with 1 kill. Troy Eagles 2 in 12th with 1 kill. Omaha Infinity in 13th with 4 eliminations. So, potential there for Omaha Infinity to do more in round 2. We already know they can fight. We can see that by the eliminations they have. They did get a little unlucky by getting ambushed last time, so let's see if round 2 has a little bit of better luck for them in store. 14th, Gnome Ants. Cupertino Grizzlies in 15th. Triangle Shogun in 16th. Augusta Gnome Blades in 17th. And the Irvine Dragons in 18th. Mesby, thoughts?
I mentioned it early on. I am a big fan of those teams who play the slow game, play for those late game, high on the leaderboard positions as opposed to just kills. And Team 11, whoever you are, definitely filling out the leaderboard in that manner. 3 kills, so one of the lowest for the upper side of this leaderboard, but managing to take the second place overall spot, despite the fact they are sandwiched between the 2 other kill leaders, the first place and third place for kill leaders on the whole lobby. So definitely playing the sneaky style game to perfection there.
Well done, well done. Well, we'll keep it right here at twitch.tv/XPLeague. GG, well played. But we've still got one more round to go, so keep it here at twitch.tv/XPLeague for the exciting conclusion to today's Apex Legends matches.
I'm the coach for XP League and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade, I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about kicking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch, it varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
I have my ultimate.
Perfect. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it.
It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by Dad, all right, push up with me, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills.
You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does?
So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Boot Steve!
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. Nice. Go. Group in now. Push in. We don't have to get. Good game.
Check it out.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are with round 2 of Apex Legends Gold. Here we are with, I believe it's 17 teams? 18 squads, actually. 18 squads dropping down again on World's Edge. Let's take a look at where the teams are dropping, see if we have any fights right off the drop. Keep your eyes on these guys right here. Oh my god, 2 top teams fighting off the drop. It's our round 1 winners, the Augusta Gnome Darts in the bottom left, and they're about to go against the Madworth team here. So 2 top teams, very capable of fighting at the highest level in XP League. So keep your eyes peeled because this is going to have huge implications for the rest of the match.
And we did have a little bit of a mystery uncovered in between games there. Finally able to figure out the identity of the mystery Team 11, the second place winners of our last match. Who exactly were those masked vigilantes, Julian?
As a matter of fact, that was the Asheville Bears. Asheville from North Carolina. Actually, a new location. It's their first season here in XP, participating in XP League. So welcome, Asheville Bears. We're happy to have you. And we're glad you had a good game.
Making a very compelling statement for a first season here. You'd think that they were the not the proverbial underdogs. You think they were the big dogs in the house based on that display last game.
Well, you know what? You never count out the Bears. You never count out the Bears. Let's take a look here. It looks like Madison realizes, you know what? We're not going to take a fight right at the beginning of the match. We want to survive to the end game. We're not trying to die right away. But speaking of dying right away, Cincinnati Orange Lions here, they've lost their teammate Sunny B. Sunny B, that sounds familiar. I feel like I've heard Sunny B somewhere. But Sly Fox here.
A drink.
Oh, you're right. I'm thinking of Sunny D orange juice. Man, I could go for some of that right now. But Sly Fox on the Wraith here as a solo. Man, there's no team fights. What do you want?
I'm talking about Sunny D. Hey, I'm on board for this.
So anyway, so over here but speaking of team fights, we have the Troy Evo Eagles with EJ Dead Rider and Lovely Leia. They're the ones who set up the super deadly trap last round that almost took out Madworth. Using that Rampart and that Pathfinder to great effect. And then we've got the Irvine Dragons. This team, I think this was the first team that got eliminated last round. So let's hang out with them. And particularly my buddy Doom of VIP in the twitch.tv/XP League chat. So let's hear it for Doom, friend of the stream.
I would love to see them go the distance this time. Had a little bit of an unlucky start there last round, but they are managing to keep themselves up, at least so far. Granted, there's not exactly been a great deal of melee and conflict to be spoken of so far this round. Irvine Dragon still hanging out, still making things work, taking a bit of a scenic route.
Looks like Minky just took down Yeti Can't Aim, so I believe that should be happening over here. It's the Gnome. No, the Gnome Blades are just also fighting, so there must be another additional team fight. Yeah, that's happening over here on the east side of the map. We'll stick here for a bit, see if things kick off in a more major way, but it seems like the Wellington Mustangs are just trying to get out of there, not trying to stay here in this situation. But looks like it is finishing up over here on the east side of the map. So let's go here really quick where the Asheville Bears, the Asheville Guardian Bears, are doing their best. This was our second place team last round, and they're going up against the Cincinnati Lions Black, a team that actually did perform very well last round too. I think they got 4 eliminations, maybe more, and instantly drill down Riri games.
Well, it looks like I spoke a little bit too soon. Had a little bit to say there about how calm and peaceful things have been so far. Sounds like some of these teams took that a little bit personally. 7 players already taken out of the equation.
And we can see that now Grimblade for the Asheville Guardian Bears, all they can do is play some hide and seek. But the Cincinnati Lions, not less resting on their laurels, they're ready to push in and keep seeking those eliminations. Let's go back up to the top side of the map where the Gnome Blades are on their last legs here. Clicks doing their best to run and hide through the different nooks and crannies of the buildings available here. Not even enough time to finish with their medkit. 1 HP to go.
Ooh, unlucky.
And they will be finished off by the Wellington Mustangs. Let's go ahead and zoom around. Omaha Infinity, they're moving around, rotating to the next side of the map. They might be hot dropping on the Troy Eagles 2 here, or they may find the solo player for the Cincinnati Lions Orange here.
About a minute left to go as the circle closes in, forcing a lot of these exterior teams to make their way back into open ground. There's still a pretty sizable number of players hanging out on the exterior of the circle here. Sprite Cranberry Drinker up on the top of the map, and Co not that far ahead of the Storm. You can see them about to be walking into the Omega Infinity squad here.
So here we go. It's just a typo. Their name is actually Omaha Infinity. The Omaha Infinity here. They've set this trap up in the corridor. There's no other direction for the Wellington Mustangs to go. They have to go this way. They could choose to stay out in Storm, but they will take quite a bit of damage. It'll be a risky maneuver. It looks like that might be what they're going for. They're considering it. Do we do it? Do we not? We'll see. But they're about to run straight into the Troy Evo Eagles, who are doing their best to hide in this little nook of the mountain.
Oh, this is so cheesy. This is so cheesy.
Well, there you go. They went for a cheesy little ambush play here, but look, unfortunately, they were not ready for the Omaha Infinity, who turned around the corner, probably very surprised, but were able to handle it just fine. Now, in the chat, let me know who you want us to spectate. If you're here to spectate a specific team, a specific player, let us know. I know we've got Gnomes fans. I know we've got Madison Ackworth fans. I know we've got some Irvine Dragons fans. Let me know. Let me know who you're here to see. Let's check out the Bearded Dragons for a bit. I want to go ahead and thank our new followers. Thank you, It's Just Nate Dog, for the follow. Thank you, Gaming with Nate, for the follow. Thank you, Your Local Slug, for the follow. And thank you, GG King, for the follow. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate the follows on the stream. Oh, now back up here at the north side of the map, we've got some action. It's the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies, and they're pushing in on the defense position of the Cupertino Grizzlies. It's Grizzly versus Grizzly, and it's gonna get Grizzly.
Ah, I see what you did there.
Bear puns. A lot of bear puns.
Yeah, a lot of bear puns. I can't bear it.
Not possum. Anyways, here we go. Cupertino Grizz. That's the best I can do. Cupertino Grizz, never one Bila gets taken down. Minky and Jai, they've lost their shields. Hanover Horde here, pushing in strong. They know how to push a team. They actually have a very offensive team play style going on here with this team composition, who's mainly focused not really around healing at all. It's just recon and aggression and offense here for this team. So a risky play style, but one that seems to be working out okay for them, as they are really chasing down the poor Rocky Mountain Grizzlies.
Back to the mountains with them, taking flight into the grasses. Seems like the city was not their chosen venue. Still getting peppered on the way out. My goodness.
It looks like they will be able to escape for now, but here at the top side of the map, the Gnome Mowers are about to be taken out by none other than the Wellington Mustangs, who may be leaving, actually. Legend Gaming gets a surprise knock on them because they were stuck, so focused, so tunnel visioned on getting into zone. Legend Gaming was able to heal up and shoot them from behind as they were running towards the ring. And not only that, they're actually going to get their teammates picked up again.
Legend Gaming is right, being the absolute team player there.
Meanwhile, Omaha Infinity, Overjoyed Fool, took out a couple players, but it looks like they also might have gone down to their own grenade. And they've got a heat shield here, protecting them from the effects of the storm. No Mowers do not, but I think Legend Gaming should be able to get out of here as long as they run right now. I don't think they have enough healing, but it's still a very risky position. Let's go back here, back into the ring, where more action is going place. The solo player, Sly Fox, for the Cincinnati Lions Orange, fighting it out, holding down their castle here, this little house, as they choose to abandon it in favor of probably a safer, better position.
Goodness. Now, a minute and a half until the next storm closure. 26 players left. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there may still be a number of players still stranded out in the previous storm circle, have not quite made their way back in yet.
That is correct. We have a total of 3 players stuck in the storm right now. And oh my goodness, it is popping off over here with the Irvine Dragons. They just took down Gaka Balikis as Irvine Dragons. They are low on HP and shields, but they are up in man advantage as Scribbles is the only one left right now. And I don't think there's anyone else here. Oh, they got to be fast because Madworth is going to be here to third party if they don't finish off the engagement fast. Ogibo goes down to a surprise peek from the sole surviving Ants member here in Scribbles. And it looks like their down teammate giving them some info saying, hey, they're reviving right now, so you have an opportunity to revive. And now they're kind of playing a prisoner's dilemma here, where it's like, hey, if you revive, I'm going to shoot you. But if I revive, you're going to shoot me.
This is the 3rd time I have seen Ogibo survive on about 5% HP.
You know what they say, luck favors the brave.
Does it?
So they say, but luck also favors the prepared, and Madworth is prepared to ambush and third party this team fight here. As they take the high ground, they know that they have the power position here. Even so, they will have to move because this position is still in the storm, but they're gonna have a great opportunity to cut off these two other teams that are gonna be trying to push in into the safe zone. Ogibo surviving. They had to leave.
Character finally taken down.
Now, Ogibo 1 still alive here on a sliver of HP. Kaon managed to find Arkham's and take him down. Mr. Tiger Fox found Ogibo crawling through the lava like Anakin Skywalker at the end of Revenge of the Sith and finished them off. No Darth Vader transformation for you. I mean, think about the universe would have been. The universe might have been better off. I'm just saying. If
yeah, a little bit too existential, moving from Sunny D to Darth Vader.
No. Anyways, Madworth here. They're sharing a very scary spot with Doom. Doom completely surrounded by Madworth right now. I'm sure Madworth realizes it too. Yep, they see him right here through the sunroof. Point him out. The rest of the team, they're waving at each other saying hi. I can see Doom saying, no, don't come in. No, no, no. Please don't do it. And unfortunately...
No! Broke the code of honor.
And so Doom will get taken out. Let's take a look at the rest of the teams that are on the map here right now. We've got the Cooperstown Grizzlies and Minky and Jai is so cool. And then we've got the Cincinnati Lions Black here who've got a combined... How many eliminations is this? Am I looking at 6 eliminations? Let me take a look at the match stats here. Cincinnati Lions at 9 elims, Madworth at 7 elims, Gnome Darts at 1, Cooperstown Grizzlies at 3 eliminations, and Cincinnati Lions Orange at 0 elims at the moment. But Sly Fox, the solo, it was only a matter of time before they got found out. They were lucky enough to have made it this far, but they will go down at 5th. Good effort here, getting that placement points for your team as a solo.
I can say they were a little bit sly.
You could say they swiped those placement points from.
All right, you win this round.
All right. So here we are with the Gnome Darts. On the west side of the map here, we've got the Madison, the Madworth team taking over this southern portion of the map. And we see Cupertino Grizzlies diving straight on in, finding some precarious cover. But Madworth is not going to let this opportunity go. Minky gets taken down by Kaon. And now Jai is so cool trying to hold down this position behind this rock. They've managed to make it into zone, but they definitely don't like the position. They're pushing in onto another team now, flying in as the Gnome Darts were actually trading shots here with the Cincinnati Lions. Cincinnati Lions, between the Cincinnati Lions and the Gnome Darts, It's going to be a very tough team fight here. And then, of course, you got Jai is so cool, just kind of caught in the middle here. And so they're kind of our wild card here, where if they pull off something, they could upset the balance between these three teams.
Those are always the players to watch. Well, spoke a little bit too soon.
Gnome Darts pushing in. They've got the advantage on the Cincinnati Lions Black right now, but they're not going to go down without a fight. But the true winner between these two teams is going to be Madworth, because so now that these two teams have kind of completely decimated each other, they're both down to low HP, two players on each team down. The real winners here are Madworth, because now they get to clean up the kills at the very end, and now they don't have to worry about these two teams that were very threatening. And now they just have to take on one by one here.
1v1, 2 squads left standing. One is definitely significantly worse for wear. Gnome Darts looking a little precarious here.
Nope. Too many angles to protect from, and Madworth will take the W, but well done to the Augusta Gnome Darts and the Cincinnati Lions Black here, getting a second and third place finish here. But Madworth back on top here with a first place finish. Congratulations to Zool, Kaon, and Swifty picking up a victory here in round 2 of week 3, finishing things off strong. Let's take a look at the match summary. I want to see how all these teams kind of played out here at the very end.
I did notice earlier we had a couple of those major players with high elims going out early.
Let's take a look. How did things shake out? So Madworth picking up their share of the elims here with 11 eliminations in first place. Gnome Darts in second with 3 kills. Cincinnati Lions Black in third with 10 eliminations. Cupertino Grizzly in fourth with 3 kills. Cincinnati Lions Orange in fifth place. Not a ton of eliminations, but they are doing a good job at getting themselves to the end game. I think they did a decent job at getting to mid-game, getting themselves out of the early game. If you're a team that's kind of new to gold or just starting off and you're not confident in team fights, just making it to the end game is very good. So congratulations, Cincinnati Lions Orange. Good effort out there. Irvine Dragons in 6th with 3 kills. Gnome Ants in 7th with 1 elimination. Wellington Mustangs in 8th with 6 kills. Hanover Horde in 9th with 1 elimination. No Mowers in 10th with 1 kill. Rocky Mountain Grizzlies in 11th. Asheville Guardian Bears in 12th. Omaha Infinity in 13th with 2 kills. Bearded Dragons in 14th. Troy Evo Eagles 2 in 15th. Gnome Blades in 16th. Troy Evo Eagles in 17th. And Triangle Shogun in 18th. And that wraps up round 2, our match summary of match 2. Taking a look at the differences here. What's your takeaway here, Mesby? This is your first time watching Apex Legends for XP League. What are some of your takeaways here?
My takeaways is any single one of any of the kids on any of these teams would absolutely blow me out of the water. Like I said earlier, there is a reason that they are the ones in the game and we are the ones watching. We are the ones behind the screen.
Absolutely. Can't be understated the effort and the skill that these players put into these games, and it's so fulfilling to see these players improve week after week. And I'm excited. It's only the beginning of the season, really. We're only 3 weeks in, so I'm excited to see how these players evolve over the next coming weeks. Congratulations, GGs to our players. Thank you for taking the sportsmanship values that your coaches are teaching you to heart. Those are things that are going to make you better players, but more importantly, better people. Thank you to the coaches of XP League for mentoring these absolutely amazing youth and teaching those life skills. Those are things that are going to stick with these players for the rest of their lives and make them more productive members of society. Thank you to the families of XP League for choosing us as an outlet for your child to grow with gaming. And thank you to the owners and league commissioners of XP League across North America for bringing this esports opportunity to your local community. And if you've enjoyed the broadcast and are interested in joining a team, go ahead and use !join XPL in the chat to find a team near you. If you think this is really cool and want to do it yourself, go ahead and use !franchise to learn more about opening an XP League in your area. If you want to learn about our camp offerings, go ahead and use !camps to learn about the camps offered here in XP League. And if you enjoyed the broadcast, if you enjoyed the shoutcasting, It's never expected, but always appreciated. Go ahead and use !tip to go ahead and leave us some coffee money there for the casters. Thank you guys so much. I've been Coach Julian for XP League, joined by my buddy Mesby.
So glad to be here. I am Mesby for the Full Sail Armada and now for XP League. Glad to have the opportunity to come and support the players today.
And that concludes our Apex Legends coverage. We'll be right back in just a little bit while we transition over to Fortnite. Fortnite kicking off soon. So if you're here for Fortnite, keep it right here at twitch.tv/XP League for all the exciting Battle Royale action.